The Sharp Tank. No jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. And today, I got a real smooth, clean, collective brother by the name of Smoke DZA in the building with me today, man. What's going on with my guy, man?
That's
I see
me.
you over there rolling you up man.
Come on, Sharp. I'm in the Sharp Tank. You know what I mean? Breakfast of Champions going on. The ace flowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the
you
good
was saying
chronic
that
going.
to me. You say you got the aces flowing,
Yeah,
man,
the
today.
ace flowing. You know what I mean?
Man.
It's
Hey,
a beautiful day, man.
trying to have me a light Friday.
Why not?
Keep it light. This is Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just man, you had just hopped off the flight. You
Just hopped off the flight. 6-hour flight from New York.
Yeah.
Amazing. Stood up the whole night.
What'd you
Got
get
on the
into last night? Can I get a preview of what had happened?
I ain't gonna hold you. You know,
all that.
at this point in time in my life, I'm not like a. Now everybody be like, I'm outside. I'm
Right.
definitely inside. I'm definitely not outside.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as I love being outside, I like being outside. It's just like, man, these days you can't be out like that. You got to pick and choose when you touch down and when you step out.
You got to go out for a purpose.
Yeah.
And last night I had no purpose. My only purpose was getting my bags ready to come to the West.
Yeah.
So I watched Bron and them play. I was pissed off.
I was pissed off.
You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie.
I am a LeBron fan, therefore I am going for the Lakers, even though I am a Knicks fan. But I'm going for the Lakers. And I'm a sports bettor.
Get
so
Julius Randle out of here.
Yeah.
Get Julius Randle out of here.
And I with Jules, man, but I just hate his body language. But he came from y'all, so you
Yeah.
know the struggle.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But y'all had a young Julius. Now we got a more prime Julius Randle, but his body language on the other side of the floor when shit ain't going right for him is really troubling and just kills the whole morale of the viewers and the fans like me, and I'm sure of his teammates.
And that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, I think like once he starts doing bad, that shit owns itself to the entire team.
Because he
bro.
starts
I know-
sulking. He don't want to get back to defense. He bitching at the refs.
He's got to understand he's got a bigger job than just putting the basketball in the net. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You got a bigger job over there, bro. You got a bigger role that you play more than
Absolutely.
just stepping on the court and just playing basketball, man. People are looking, there's young guys over there, man. Like
Facts.
they're looking to you as a leader, like, hey, you've been here before, show us how to act. Even if you don't win a championship, show us how to have a championship mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like
You play with Kobe.
You play with people, and he's been around people that have won championships. So I'm
Facts.
sure they've talked to him and given him the game.
Facts.
In basketball, has already won rings. They be like, here, man, I'll give you the sauce. I'll give you the
Because they
formula.
don't give they already did it.
Man.
You know what I mean? They just passing the knowledge. And, you know, the NBA is a brotherhood. So at the end of the day, they all want each other to win.
Yeah.
But it's what it is. And then, you know, to top my night off, I was really angry because I'm a sports bettor also.
Yeah.
And I took the Joker for 25.
Is that why
and
you
they
come
didn't
to the
give
West
him-
Coast? Is that why you come to the West Coast, come gamble?
Nah, because
bet?
I'm a FanDuel nigga, right? So
Yeah,
y'all
they
ain't got
do be having that.
FanDuel yet.
Yeah.
But I'm going to the DraftKings while I'm here.
Yeah.
But, you know, I took the Joker for 25. The nigga ended at 23. They ain't give him the ball the whole, maybe like 7 minutes of the fourth quarter. I was pissed. It was a very nice parlay.
They let Murray go off.
Murray went off for 37.
Murray went off for 37.
And everything hit.
Why does he always, and I love the dude to death. Jamal Murray's a hell of a basketball player, but I always notice, bro, like when they go to talk to him, he's always like, like he's hurt. Like he just like went and faced
I
the
cut
fucking.
the inner, bro. I know
You ever
exact-
saw that? Like
I know
he
the-
did it last. Like when
I
he
cut
was
it
in
off when he did
he
the
was
post
kinda
game
crying.
interview. I was so mad,
Bro.
because I'm like, yo, boy, you just took like 5 possessions. You know what I mean? To get fouled, you got 8 points off garbage minutes
Right.
of niggas fouling you when you could have passed it to the Joker. You was openly going to inbound to get the ball from the inbound. You know what I mean? So, but shout out to Jamal Murray. Shout out to
Yeah,
him.
no, shout out Jamal Murray, man. I love him. So you are a Harlem native, correct?
Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Born and raised.
Tell us about your era a little bit, man.
Um,
The era you came up in,
well,
and what helped bring Smoke DZA to life.
Well, the era I grew up in, I would say I was spawned from battle rap, from the battle rap era before it got commercial. Before
Battle rap's real a greasy sport.
right, it's
a real
probably
great-
it's very technical.
Yeah.
I got the utmost respect for those guys because what they do is some real out of body phenomenal shit. I I came from the era of that before the cameras existed. I think everybody from New York around the era of, I want to say 2000 to 2005, coming up around that time.
Yeah.
Right? You had to have some type of pedigree of battle rap. You had to be able to stand in front of somebody else that was dope and spit your shit. Right? So
Right.
I came from that.
Takes guts.
It takes guts. It takes confidence. You know what I mean? And then from that, you know, I was always interested in getting into the studio and making structured music. And I met my brother Johnny Shipes from
shout out Johnny Shipes.
Shout out Shipes. I met Shipes from battling. I was doing this battle that he was I guess putting together called Slam from the Streets. And it was a fusion of battle rap and one mixtape.
Did y'all keep this New York based at the time?
It was New York. It was New York based.
Yeah.
I made it to the finals and I battled Immortal Technique. Shout out to Immortal Technique, my guy. I think there's some footage of that flowing on the internet and shit too.
Yeah.
Like from
all
back
that
then.
stuff gets pumped back up to date now.
You know
Once
what I mean?
the internet came, people take those videos
And this is pre-internet.
Right.
Right.
So motherfucker probably had just a camcorder out there, man, catching from the side.
Exactly.
Like,
it wasn't no phone.
and it wasn't even yours. Somebody just brought
it was
one.
just somebody that was just documenting shit that was smart enough to know that content is king.
Funny.
And from then, you know, me and Shipes, we really, you know, learned this shit together and came up, and I started to write for High Tech. The producer High Tech, shout out to
That's
Tech.
live.
Yeah, did some shit for him on his album High Technology too at that time, and then that situation spawned into me doing some work with Sean Kingston, which
What's with Sean Kingston, man?
shout
And
out
it
to Lil
seems
Sean.
like you don't even hear like music per se from him anymore, but that boy is balling.
I mean,
that little motherfucker made some good.
he
Like
made some money.
He made some fucking bread
because he
I
made
seen
hit
him the other
records.
day eating.
Yeah,
He's eating.
He got hit records, and I'm pretty sure he's still, you know, streaming really, really well right now, and still making those hit records in the space that he's in. But
it seemed like he went more global with it.
Yeah,
that's where he went and ate at.
I
It wasn't
gonna
just
hold you short. He started global. Beautiful Girls.
Beautiful Girl was
a global
crazy.
record.
Yeah, I remember that joint. I
You
remember
know,
that joint.
And on that first album, I worked on about 4 or 5 records on that album.
Yeah.
And that was a time where I was living in LA. This is around like 06, 07. Nipsey Hussle, great friend of mine, God bless.
R.I.P.
You know, we were all a part of the same conglomerate, Cinematic, around that time, so I spent a lot of time around him. And you know, I just continue to do my shit.
You say you've been coming out here for a while.
Been coming out here for a long time.
Yeah, so I'm sure you've definitely created some relationships with a few people.
For sure.
Nipsey Hussle being one of them.
For sure. All the TDE, those are all my guys.
Yeah, shout out
Kendrick,
TDE, man.
Q.
Yeah, Schoolboy
So,
Q and them.
J-Rock.
Shout out to the man. It's my boy Smack, man. You know what I'm saying? I be fucking with Smack. That's my dude.
Mac Wop, that's my brother. Fucking Dom Kennedy.
Dom Kennedy. I like Dom Kennedy.
That's my brother right there. One of my favorite. That's one of my favorite MCs right there.
He was cool on that double up joint.
Dom go hard, man.
He was cool. I liked his verse on there, homie.
Dom go hard, and you know, shit. I fuck with all of the OF guys, all the Odd Future guys. You know, shout out Tyler, Damo, Left Brain, Hodge.
Tyler, the creator.
You know,
I like him. I don't know if he's trolling majority of the time when he does certain shit. I mean, he's obviously smart, man. He's a genius. He's a genius in the plays that he makes, man. Like from some of the skits he'll do, whatever he gets, this dude gets tons of views, man. I done watched him whoop people for awards. You know what I mean? Like straight up. So it's nothing but love to Tyler the Creator. But I be wondering, like, damn, is he trolling or is this really him? Like, does he really feel this way? And some of the things that he be saying, because we look dead ass serious in it.
It's entertainment, man. You gotta.
Who was he sitting there playing chess with the other day? who was that? He said he played chess with I think it was it DJ Envy? It was somebody he was with. And he was like, yeah, it was somebody he was playing with, and he had said, he was like, man, the dude was sitting there roasting him about him playing, he had beat him or whatever. He was like, what you mean you beat me? He said, I beat you 6 times or whatever before that. He says, I bet you didn't tell him that I just sucked your dick.
Oh my God.
Like he does shit like that. Like he's
crazy.
Is that who that was? I was about to say, Donnie, if you could pull it up for me, I think it was there was like a clip of it, like it got posted, and he had said something. He was like, man, I bet you didn't say, man, I just sucked your dick. I'm like, bro, like, why? Listen, it's cool to joke. I just don't be with the constant sex play. Like maybe that's how him and his homies get down. Earl Sweatshirt and all them. Like shout out to all them dudes. But
I don't know, man.
What's your take on it?
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I ain't got to take on it, man. I be letting the young homies do what the young homies do, and I be in my space doing what I do, and I respect everybody in their space.
I respect them too, but I just want to know who you really are. You know what I'm saying? Is that you or is that just a character? All right, cool. You putting on a character? That's fine. I just like to know where motherfuckers stand when I'm around them, bro. Or I'm going to stand there and I'm going to just stare at it the whole time like I don't trust it. I'm just keeping it real. Like, let me know where you stand. Okay, cool. If that's who you are, at least we know this. You know what I'm saying? There's no secret to that. If I don't know you, bro, how can I trust you? And you constantly changing. I don't like people who constantly change, bro.
Heard you.
Like on just some bullshit and don't stand on their moral principle and like show the base ground who they are.
Fair.
You know what I mean? So I want to know, bro, like when did you start like really touching music? Like when did you feel like, man, I'm gonna do this shit? I always ask rappers that, like, because I think like that it's in the end you always go back to the beginning. That's where it all starts from and stems from, man.
I think when I not only because my first answer, my initial thought to answer was to say when I got my first check off music, right? But you can get paid one time and then never get paid again, right? So for me, I think when I started to get consistent money off music and music wasn't a hobby, it became a career. It became, like this is what I do to make money, not I'm trying to make money from doing this. So I was blessed to make money early in this shit and continue to have a stream of income from all the seeds I planted. So I would say once I got a consistent stream of money from my craft, that's when it became a thing, a real thing.
How old were you about when you start really touching some rap money, man?
22.
Yeah.
21, 22.
See you later. So you're about 21, 22.
39.
Is that when you started like fucking with the music?
Nah, that's when I started making money.
See, I want to know about when you started.
I started fucking with the music at 15.
Right.
You know
that's where it really starts.
That's when it started, but I wasn't making no money. I was just fucking with the music. That shit wasn't.
But isn't that the build up to you even making some bread?
Yeah, I mean, because you got to do it to a certain degree to be a professional at it, right? But
so please,
some people
let the upcoming rappers know that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, these might be some of the struggles that you gonna face.
Right, but everybody's road is different.
It is.
You feel me?
But they might have little bits and pieces they can take from your game and apply to theirs.
I would say never give up. You know what I mean? Because you never know how close you are. It's always a 6 degrees of separation from from who you need to get to where you want to be. Right? So it's all about making relationships in this shit. I mean, this shit is built on relationships. It's built on a buddy system. You know what I mean? You ain't always gonna be hot. And you gotta know that. And you gotta conform to what's going on around you. I'm not saying to ride whatever wave of new shit is going on, but be aware of what's going on around you to know when you gotta adjust. Shit is just like being an athlete. It's just like anything you do in life that you've been doing for a long time. Shit changes, and you gotta learn how to change with the changes. And that's how you be able to sustain some type of stability in it shit. Because other than that, you just be one of those, oh, you remember that, nigga? One of those.
Would you say that being around some of the wrong people may set someone back from their transition or them growing to the next level or the next phase? Because I'll talk to a lot of artists and they'd be like, man, they never really got nowhere until they actually left that person or somebody that they were trying to do business with for their music career, you know? And they'll spend 5, 6, maybe 7, 8 years with these people, you know, and never really get anywhere. And then as soon as they get out, man, they first year, they fuck around and they got something that's just booming and buzzing. And now they're doing tours and it's opened up a lot more doors, you know? Would you say that it can be the circle you keep as well?
Hell yeah. I mean, it's all with growth. You know what I mean? And they got good, like I was talking about relationships. You have good relationships and you have bad ones too.
Yeah.
And you just, you know, all of the shit is a test to see if you could, A, get through it and grow from it, or if you just can't succumb it. You know what I mean? And
right.
a lot of times, a lot of us, you know, a lot of us don't get the messages sometimes when it's given to us. And sometimes you just got to learn from that, right? So it's never a bad thing. Like I said, everybody's route is different. Everybody's road is different, but we all trying to get to the same place, right?
That's why I say, like, I get that, you know, me and you, they could set me and you on the same path. You know what I'm saying? We might not go through the same, we're not going to go through the same obstacles to get to this same place. So I do understand that, but I'm like, people could take game from that. Like, hey, man, this was my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like we owe it to the younger generation, man, because that's why they running around like, well, fuck the older homies, or, you know, they don't want to listen to somebody that's been around because maybe they don't feel embraced, you know? Especially for the younger, you know, the younger artists, man. They don't seem like they feel embraced. That's why they break away from the Tupacs and the Biggies, and they break away from listening to the Wu-Tang Clans and people who had some real structure. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang Clan, man, them boys had structure.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Wordsmith Shaolins. Like, them niggas was with the functions, homie. Like, and they did it as a unit. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's still one of that's still one of my man. I love that dude right there.
That's one of my favorite MCs, man.
He had to be, man, I think he's a lot of people's, but they won't even say it.
Ghostface, the Chef, the Abbott, Dak, Capadonna, Huey. I mean, the Wu that's a legendary crew. I mean,
I just feel like, man, they deserve more flowers than they probably get.
What? They get flowers all around the world. Them niggas got
I still feel like it ain't enough. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't feel like...
The Wu-Tang is the fucking biggest group ever, probably.
I just feel like they don't get it enough over here. You don't hear the younger kids talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't be like, hey, man, shit, what you banging? Man, I got that Wu-Tang on right now. You don't hear that like that. That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
even though they're the biggest group, I don't feel like... I feel like that's... It seems like they're going to die with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because these young kids, they don't be giving a fuck.
I think it's a lot of us that music, that sonically, that sound still lives within a lot of us. So I don't think it'll ever die. I don't think it will die with us. I think out of a lot of us that's still, you know, promoting that sound, it will be some younger, and it is some younger guys already that's engaged in that. Like, you know, Joey Badass is
unique guy, a unique fella.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like him. He come from that. You know what I'm saying? So it still lives on in him. And like I said, I'm not saying that Wu-Tang Clan ain't set in stone. I'm just saying, like, bro, it's gonna fall on deaf ears after a while because the newer generation, there's so much music being made. There's so many people that are fans to the drill rappers and the up and comings, to where that shit'll just be historic. It'll just be set that, hey, this happened.
right.
I just want to see it. I just want to see it get more flowers than what it's due. You know, Meth look like he doing his thing though. He do.
He is.
I fuck with him. You got a brand, Smokers Club. Tell me a little bit about that.
Smokers Club. Shout out to Johnny Shipe. Shout out to Shice Bubs. We started our brand 2009.
Yeah.
Started at South by Southwest as a show. Myself, Currensy, Wiz Khalifa, Big Krit, Devin the Dude, shit, Kendrick and J-Rock was on that show.
That's a
But
live
it was
show, right? That's a live lineup right there.
Bunch of motherfuckers on that show, which turned into a tour the next year. That was the first time that we actually toured off our mixtapes. Me, Currensy, and Krit. And you know, the lineups changed throughout the years. We did that for about 10 years and turned into a Grand Dior festival that we did in San Bernardino a couple years. Did it last year. It's about 50,000 people there.
It's a lot of people to perform in front of.
A lot of people.
Like people hear 50,000 and be like, man, let me tell you something. 700 people look like that.
Yeah.
Especially when you standing up on stage and they're all tuned into what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That shit it's not for everybody, bro.
It's not for everybody. But you know, it's a festival, so we have 3 different stages.
Oh, y'all had
on
to
the
crack it.
fest. So yeah.
Y'all had to crack it.
You know, anybody dope that you could think of performed at the joint. From Playboy.
Seemed like it was like all the weed
Playboy
smokers.
Cardi to fucking Lupe Fiasco to fucking Schoolboy Q to fucking Wiz Khalifa, myself, Currensy, a lot of people.
Right,
You know,
right.
So, yeah.
So, are y'all doing this more? Is it going to be something that's ongoing, or are you gonna? Is that just kind of like?
We just came off tour a couple weeks ago, the Good Trip tour.
Probably why your ass tired, nigga.
I'm just hot. And I got
no,
kids.
not even here. No,
and
not
I got
even
kids.
here. I'm just saying, like, because I know you said I slept on the plane. Like,
Oh yeah,
like
I got
up.
kids. I got kids. I got shit I gotta do. So yeah, nigga be tired. But yeah, we just came off the road, the Good Trip tour. Wiz Khalifa, Burner, Joey Badass, Chevy Woods, and myself. And we going back this fall, and we also have the clothing brand, The Smokers Club, at thesmokersclub.com, www.thesmokersclub.com, all spelled.
So they can follow the journey, follow what's going on,
follow the
any
lifestyle.
type of news that's going on for it, any updates.
All of that. We got Bud and a bunch of cookie stores out here and Marathon and all that other good shit. So
I gotta ask, man, especially being in the limelight and moving like you do, how is it like juggling your career and your personal life, you know, with your kids and everything like that? Man, how's that been for
Well,
you?
it used to be horrible. If you want me to be honest.
Yeah.
It used to be fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But it's no such thing as figuring out the balance, right?
Right.
It's all with prioritizing. So I've been prioritizing better. And yeah, you know, life is lifing, but by the grace of God, everything is how it's supposed to be.
Oh, do your kids do want me asking?
My kids, well, my oldest is 19, just turned 19. And then I got 2 14-year-old twins. They just started high school, boy and a girl.
It's got to be live. It's crazy.
It's live. It's a good time.
That's got to be crazy. Right? They look alike, or they
paternal. They look alike, but they don't look alike. It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's like I know, but it's one of those things like, oh shit, they are twins.
Right.
But, yeah.
Hey, that's dope, man. It sounds like you also be doing a lot of work for the community and helping the community out in Harlem, man. Like, tell us some of the things that you had going on up there.
Well, I'm not gonna cap and be like I'm
don't
out there
cap.
all the time. I've done some shit in the community. Like I've put a community fridge out there.
More
in the
than a lot.
neighborhood.
It's more than a lot.
You know, the hood be fucking shit up, man. And it don't even be. You know, my problem sometimes when you do things for the neighborhood, you want it to get to where it's supposed to get to, right? But then I was once a badass kid in the neighborhood. Or even if I wasn't a badass kid, I was around some badass niggas.
Yeah.
That we might have seen the fridge. We might have thought it was cool. Whoever did this, when these niggas ain't around, we gonna kick the fridge over. Just be dickhead little kids. So it is still dickhead little kids that exist. And it's still people that just do ignorant shit, so it's hard to do those type of activations for the neighborhood. However, you always want to do some things for the neighborhood that stick, like I said, that gets to who's supposed to have it. So when I did put a community fridge in a neighborhood, it was during the pandemic where it was hard for a lot of people to even get fresh produce and, get meals at that time.
You right, because if you go like to the rescue missions and shit like that, you walk in there, it smells like spoiled food.
Exactly.
Like expired food.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because they'll get all that shit passed down. The stores got to get rid of it. Some shit that ain't got sold, they send it over there. So I feel you when you say like some fresh produce, like some shit that's not going to expire 2 days past.
And not only shit that people not going to use. Like niggas, like, we in the inner city, so you don't want to see a head of broccoli in the fridge. Niggas gonna see that and throw that shit in the garbage. You know what I mean? But I got the rich homies pulling up and putting good shit in the refrigerator too. Yeah. For those that need it. But
You say y'all pass out some pizza rolls, some Pringles and shit
yeah,
too.
It's good shit.
Be looking for
all of the, all the good shit, the good juices
and wham-whams.
Yeah, the good pre-made, prefix meals.
Right.
From a couple restaurants and people that I fuck with, so it was good shit in there too.
It seems like, especially like Vegas and places like that, like Vegas and even here in LA, it seems like the homeless, like they wait for people to come down and do the good charity. They know somebody coming, right? Somebody's coming. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you, whether it's myself, somebody's gonna come and try to call themselves doing a quote unquote good deed. You know what I'm saying?
Charitable deed from the heart.
Yeah, like, but some people like really just go down there for their own personal means to look good. They don't really care about helping the community. That's why I think
because they're going to film it.
Right, and I think a lot of see me, I don't like to film none of that shit. I help people all the time, man. But I'm like, why do I have to film it to show people that's what I'm doing? Ain't that all I need to show is God? God knows what I'm doing out here, man. That's why I feel like he continues to bless me. You know what I mean? Because he knows I'm not doing it for I don't care to catch no clout off that, man. If I can help somebody, I'm going to help them. But, man, you go up under these bridges, man, you go down certain places, then people already know. So as they see a nice car and somebody pop the trunk, hey, get in line. Mm-hmm. I'm already first. Because they already know it's about to run up, man. And I do hate that it do get misused. Yeah. Like that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel you, man. Like, why you want to put a refrigerator over there? Motherfuckers gonna just kick some shit over and try to go vandalize some shit, man. That shit ain't cool. That shit costs money, and motherfuckers need to know that. Like, motherfucker really pulling some bread out of his pocket, man, and try to make this shit possible.
I mean, it's what it is. It took a while for it to even happen that way, but you can't even expect people to be governing shit, and nobody's gonna be here 24 hours to go pay attention to what's going on with the refrigerator. Somebody's gonna leave at some point. You know what I mean? So it's like, you in the inner city, shit like that's gonna happen. You just gotta. I'm not doing it for clout, so it didn't fucking matter. It got to where it needed to get to, and then it'll be the next thing. So,
tell us about the. I believe you won a Millennium Award.
Oh,
tell us about that a little bit.
Shout out to the city of New York.
See, I think that was very fitting for what we was just speaking on. Take it from the bad and let's bring it over to a little bit.
That was good. I mean, it wasn't even bad. It was
it's
just
not
me
bad.
just
it's
being
just
honest.
Up,
it's just stupid shit.
It's stupid shit, bro.
Yeah,
and I just hate hearing it. Like a motherfucker say, like, yeah, I tried to help, but that didn't last long.
Yeah, and it's not even to say that I won't help again, or I haven't helped after that. You know what I mean? It's what it is. But yeah, I got an award from the city of New York from the mayor's office. Honoring Black and Hispanic music in New York City. I was the youngest recipient of an award amongst Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, Dougie Fresh, Roxanne Shante, Clark Kent.
Loved Roxanne Shante, all them. Man, that was that real. You talk about the
One.
real rap era.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
so
real
all
ones.
of them, I'm sitting in a row with all of these people. And I'm the youngest one to receive an award from the city of New York, from the mayor's office in City Hall, the same place that I went to Central Bookings 50 times. And I was finally there getting honored for the shit I would get booked in Central Bookings for, which is smoking weed, because that's the culture that my music is based off, other than fly.
You had to have found growth out of that. Like, that had to have been amazing.
Oh, it was amazing. I had my mom there,
Had to be amazing, man.
It was amazing. It was,
Made me feel good to hear the stuff like I was there. You know what I'm saying? It make me feel
amazing.
good to hear somebody like I root that shit on, man. Like when somebody say, man, I know where I came from, but I didn't let it define me.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
and if I'm sure it felt good to step up on that podium or step up on that stage, man, and get your due season and get your roses.
And you want to know some shit, Sharp? Like,
Talk to me.
The whole time I was sitting there, I was like, I don't deserve this. Not saying I don't deserve it, but just saying like I'm in the.
Say that.
I'm with the legends. I'm sitting in between Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe, and I'm receiving an award from New York City. And Dougie Fresh is right here, and I'm the youngest person to receive this award, and I'm so overwhelmed and at awe that that's the only thing I can think of at that moment.
I'm going to be honest with you. I can resonate because I know exactly how that feels, my man.
Right?
I swear to you, to be like, man, am I that? But you are. You just don't know it. See, sometimes you might not be able to see it, but the people see it. And I like that about you, and I try to stay that way myself. Like, I'm not too big for nothing, no matter what people want to say, legendary, this, nah. Because I feel like once I feel like that, now my stomach full. I ain't hungry no more. You know what I'm saying? That's a piece of your hunger talking to you is all it is. Like, deserve this. And what that's telling you is you're about to go do more. This ain't the stop right here. You ain't let your stomach get full, G.
That's a fact. And now the ill part, right, is that day, you know.
That shit made me feel away. Damn, Trey.
Yeah, bro. Like, you know, that the ill part is that day, you know, I got love from everybody that was in that room. You know what I mean? Everybody pulled me to pull me aside and shared pleasantries, right? But maybe like a month or two after that, I had did a show at Irving Plaza in New York with the Locks. And I ran into Busta Rhymes. And Busta pulled me aside and gave me the longest speech of pleasantries of how he felt about me receiving that award that day. And we didn't get to talk that day because it was so much shit going on. But, you know, fast forward, having that chat with him and building with him and you know, him, you know, giving me my flowers, so to speak, after it was all over. Even though I already had perspective from my people, hearing it from another legend that received the award that day.
He knew, and I was waiting for you to say something, like he knew how it felt. So and you know what? Maybe he came and embraced you like how he wanted some of them people to come embrace him, and he may not have got that, so it carried with him. So he said, man, watch, I'm going to change the game on this. I'm going to embrace the next person, man. I'm going to embrace them the way I wish I would have gotten embraced. Because ain't nobody going to really tell you how they felt. Like how you telling it right now, like, hey, man, this is how I felt that day. And I think a lot of us would feel that way. Like, damn, am I deserving of this? I mean, I know I'm deserving. So I get what you're saying. You're like, I know I'm deserving. Yeah, I worked hard. But, like, did I work hard enough? Did I fuck up here and I'm still like, getting this? Like, am I catching a shortcut? Because don't nobody want the shortcut.
Nah,
you want it because you got it.
Right. It wasn't even, I ain't even feel none of that. It just felt like, you know, I'm sitting amongst a bunch of legends and I'm getting an award. Yeah. And I'm still currently beating my feet on the road and doing what I'm doing. So I'm like,
could have been down on your last dollar. Didn't nobody know? You could have been down like on your last buck accepting that award. I mean, that's nobody's business but yours and God's, man. But
by the grace of God, I wasn't.
By the grace of God, you wasn't, but could have had some real fucked up shit going on in your life.
I did have
this
some
was
fucked
supposed
up
to be a happy moment for you, and
there was a lot going on.
My mind is on some whole other shit to where it's like, am I truly genuinely enjoying this right now, or am I?
A lot. It's funny you say that because that's literally what I was going through. You know, just coming fresh off of losing my grandparents and losing my dad, and you know, a lot of that shit. You
lost a lot to gain a lot.
I lost a lot,
up, right?
And then, you know, despite that, we lost about 2 years, all of us as a whole, like the entire world, with COVID.
That shit was fucked up.
So we
made some and it broke some
for about 2 years too. So
yeah,
you know, it was a lot of adjusting, and like I said, by the grace of God, I'm here, man, fighting through.
Well, I just want you to know, man, when you felt that moment, even going through some hardship, just know, like, man, it was very deserving. You were supposed to be there. God put you there for a reason, man. Accidents, I don't believe in accidents.
Me neither, or coincidence.
I don't believe in accidents, man. It all happens for a reason. Whether you're supposed to learn a lesson or you supposed to take your licking. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you fucked up somewhere down the line. Like, whatever the case may be, man. Like, or you just felt like shortcutting some shit. And now it came back to bite you in your ass later on. It always circles back around, brother.
Facts.
It always does, man.
Don't miss.
I'm telling you, homie. Like, that's why I fuck with you, man. It seemed like you like fucking with fashion too, man.
That's my shit. I mean, I'm up top nigga. I like
Like
wearing
the design.
nice shit.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
wearing
man,
nice
hey,
shit.
niggas been creating their clothes for years, huh? Niggas been putting their own shit together for years. Like, I ain't got the money to always walk into Gucci and Louis, nigga, and all that. But, hey, guess what? Bet you I have my shit looking right when I step out.
Nah, you could do all of that shit too. But you know, you could always mix the high fashion with your fashion.
That's a
with the
Harlem
shit
nigga
that you
for you,
make.
though. Because y'all always want to be like, well, I know everybody can have that. So I want to be, when I touch down.
I want some shit, you know what I mean?
I know I'm one of the only niggas out here rocking
mannequin.
this.
You don't want to be looking like, you know what I mean? Like, you want to have your own,
That's
you
that Harlem
want to
in you,
separate yourself. You know what I mean? Like, even with the buckets. I've been doing the buckets since the beginning of eternity. I mean, since I was born, before I had facial hair. So it was something that, you know, in my age of being who I am, yeah, I do the buckets. I've been doing the buckets, you know, for a long time. But nah, fashion is something that we grew up in. That's our thing. Up top, we fuck with the fashion. So it's especially in Harlem. So it's something that's.
Do you have any?
me.
Have you ever had the chance to fuck with like Jim Jones and all?
Those is my brothers.
That's
Jim, Cam.
Yeah.
I mean, I got music with
Jewels
with
and
the
all
both of
them. You know what I'm saying?
Got music.
I was gonna say, man, you say it's Harlem.
Me and
It's
Jewels
gotta
ain't
be
got no music, but I fuck with Els. But me and Capo got music. Me and Killer got mad music. Those is my guys.
Cameron, that's my dude.
Yeah,
right?
we got joints
right there.
I got a joint with me, Cam, and Jim on it. I mean, so fuck with the set. I'm a fucking Diplomats Purple City baby. You know what I mean? That's what I come from. Shice Bubs that's my introduction to weed. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be no Kush God without Shice Bubs. So, you know, that's that with that. So yeah, I'm definitely heavy embedded.
Are you still currently on the battle rap scene, or did you leave that shit alone? Hey man, I gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? That's why you supposed to. That's why I asked. So you can say what you want to say to it.
Nah, no disrespect in the hell no. Like I wouldn't like belittle what they do because, like I said, that shit is some real fucking outer body, next level shit. But for me personally, I'm not built for that shit. What them niggas do. I mean, I'm in my lane with what I do, and I want to be the best at that over there. Not to say I can't do it, but I'm not doing that shit. It's too much for me.
Well, let's jump from that and let's talk about the podcast scene for you.
Okay.
Yeah, man. That's why you're good with your words. I mean, you have been doing the podcast. How long you been doing this for now?
I've been doing this for a while, man. Shout out to my brother Show Broadway. I was just talking to him, the Personal Party Podcast. We've been doing it for about 3-4 years now. Went on a little hiatus because life was lifing. You know what I mean?
I hope they don't go over their head.
Don't. Life was lifing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we definitely cooking and got some interesting things in front of us. That's on the way. About to drop a couple. I think I dropped the episode today, but I'm pretty sure another. You know, by the time this roll out, it'll be a new episode there. But subscribe to our shit.
You thinking ahead. You thinking ahead. You say, I'm sure by the time this drops, though, we'll already have another episode out. You know what it is. You know what I mean? Straight up, man. Where can they find you, man? What streaming platforms can they find you at right now, man?
I'm on everything, man. I'm on all DSPs, Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Tidal, fucking Pandora, wherever you could digest music, I'm on it. Smoke DZA, Smoke DZA. For those that know me, I already know how I give it up. And for those that don't, get familiar. You know, my podcast, the Personal Party Podcast. Subscribe. Got a bunch of cool people up there. And when you come to the City Shop, you got to come by
I'm
the
coming.
spot.
Man, what you mean?
You got to come by the spot.
I'm
You know what I
coming
mean?
through. Have bottles.
I'm gonna have
what
I see what you like. I see what you like.
So, therefore,
I know.
I'm falling through. When I
know,
touch down New York, I want to come straight to Harlem.
you come straight to, you know what I mean? Come straight to the spot uptown. I'm gonna get you situated. I know what you like. I know what you smoke. I'm gonna make sure you good, and you can smoke the bogies in the spot too.
Because I know not everybody fucks.
Not
with
everybody
so,
fucks with. But you good though. You good.
And that's when you know a nigga reaching for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? One more, I gotta know, like, what made you jump into the podcast game? Like,
I got a lot of cool friends, man, and I feel like, you know,
use your resources. Your resources, your greatest credit card.
Your greatest credit card. You know what I mean? But you can't abuse it, just like credit, just like American Express.
You can't abuse it though. No,
you can't
no,
abuse
no,
it.
no, no, no.
But what I will say is, you know, I just wanted to tell my story, and I wanted to tell my friend's story the correct way. And I feel like, you know, like for me and you, this wasn't an interview. This is us chopping it up.
This us chopping it.
Right? And this is what I like to do with my people, right? And I like to, I feel like, you know, when you talking to somebody that you could identify with, or if you fucking with somebody that you been in the mud with, and y'all done toured and did music and went through mad shit, it's a different conversation than when you have it with just somebody that really don't know about the culture like that, or ain't really where we're from, or can't really relate to what's going on, right?
Very true.
I wanted to. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes with journalism, because I feel like it's a
I was
going to
ask that, but I like that you jumped to that.
It's a whole bunch of people, like, you know, it's like a competition with, you know, all that other shit. I'm doing this shit to tell my story and to tell my friend's story, and to have a capsule of stories for up and coming people to look at.
Do you know that's why I started it? Like, that's what made me even want to get into it, man.
Like mines, bro.
It was a time capsule. It's like, hey, if with all the bullshit that's going on in the world, right, bro, and everything that people are putting out, this shit's got to still stand for something. This shit still has to be alive and well in that capsule.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's very important to me. You know what I mean, man? Facts. So that's why I stay down with real conversation overall with real people, man. That's just very important, man.
Yes.
I appreciate you, man, for coming today and coming and fucking with me and sitting down with me. You also, one more thing, too, and I want to be right on the album. You just did the Worldwide Smoke Session Volume 2. We got to talk, man. We got to get that before we get up out of here.
No, we could not. Look, I got you.
Well,
look, it's unexpected like bird shit for me a lot, because I love to just fucking randomly surprise my fans with fucking with drops. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, the traditional way of promoting and you know, dropping a tape with fanfare and shit like that, it's good to do it to build up the anticipation when you got certain releases, right? But then when you got people that just faithfully listen to you, and you know, I don't want to say fans are fickle, but some of them are, but the way people digest music nowadays is so fast that once you drop something, they want something else.
They want something else, man.
Right? Sometimes they want it before the shit even drop. So you gotta kind of sometimes not even brief them with what's going on. You just gotta just drop. And I've had the luxury to be able to drop music, and my fans will find it wherever it's at. And you know, it's a pleasant surprise for a lot of my fans for what I see on social media. And now, you know, after the release, now I can do the promo work where I can come sit
right here and chop it up
and go sit over here and go sit over
don't
here.
You? And I'm sure you know about it, just even being in the podcast game. If you've done some interviews with people, I hate people wanting to come and sit down prematurely. Does that make any sense? Like,
When there's
I
nothing
hate
going
that
on, just
when
to just
there's
come sit
nothing
down.
going on, you just want to sit down. Like, wouldn't it be smart for you to have something booming at the time, or something that you want to release and something you want to sell to the fans and have them have some new shit? You got to come and promote it. You got to understand, just because there ain't no more TRL, don't mean you don't still need to get your ass out here and go and move the right way. Can't nobody just run across the street and go buy your shit anymore. You got to know, you got to let them know where it's at. You got to let them know where they can find you. You got to let them know what you got coming up next. Like, you have to touch bases with them, man, or it will fall apart.
This was my reason to come outside.
Yeah, you got to, hey, and see, I like that about you, because you even said earlier, you was like, man, I don't come outside. And I don't like to either anymore, unless, man, there's an event, there's something to be outside for, a fight.
Gotta be outside with a purpose.
With a purpose, man, because if you're not, you're outside, you're going to fight, you'll find trouble instead.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Did you already drop this album? Is it already out? Or
It's out. It literally dropped at midnight.
At midnight.
This is my first interview since the album dropped.
Live.
My first time talking about the music.
Talk
since
about
the
it.
album dropped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Guap Dad 4000. He's on there. Shout out to Shelly. P aka Drum. He's on there. Shout out to my brother Roddy Rebel. He's on there. Shout out to my brother Bizzle. He's on there. Shout out to BJ the Chicago Kid. He's on there.
Song you expect to go the craziest off there.
Shit, it's already going crazy. House of Blues featuring Currensy, Wiz Khalifa, and Big Crit.
You should. That's what I'm saying. I know you had one on your mind
Yeah.
already. Like,
It's
yeah,
already
that
going
one's
crazy.
already. Yeah, there's got to be
already
one
going.
that's sticking out, that's just catching
Yeah.
the fucking.
That's
People
going-
are just maximizing
Yeah.
the plays on that
That's
shit.
going crazy right now. It's doing what it's supposed to do.
That's live.
Yeah.
You gonna continue to make more music? Can they expect
Yeah,
more music out of you
course. I mean,
in the future?
For the fans that know me, they know my over under. They know what I do throughout the year. I drop a lot of projects. It's what I do. And for the fans that don't, then get familiar. Go dig. I got music with your favorite rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
your
I
favorite
like
your
that.
favorite rapper is a fan.
See, I like what
You
I
know?
like about you is you didn't come on trying to act like everybody knew you. Like, yeah, I know I got a fan base, but let me introduce myself
Everybody
to the
don't
ones
know
that,
me.
yeah.
Not
I
everybody
feel
don't
the
know
same
me.
way,
Yeah.
man. People learn about me every day. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you got to be open with them and let them know, man. Even if people want to sit there, oh, you already said this. No, there's people here that need to know this.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I'm always in for refreshing and sharing the information, especially about myself.
Well, you let me know, man, whenever you want me to come down to, man, uptown, wherever, man, uptown, downtown, all around, right? Wherever you at, you just let me know, man.
Uptown, downtown, Switzerland.
Yeah, wherever it is,
Wherever.
Nebraska, nigga. We got to go down somewhere cold and frosty, nigga, Alaska.
I
nigga,
just
I'm
came
there.
from Nebraska too. We had a fire show in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Sold out. About 8,500 people there on a Thursday. It was a good time. You know what I mean? So
It's
shout
gotta be-
out to Nebraska.
It's got to be dope to be able to get intimate with the fans. I feel like that's why Dave Chappelle started doing smaller get-togethers when he's doing stuff. I think that intimacy is everything
It's
with the
everything.
fans, man.
It's everything.
You know?
It's everything. You
Not
know?
everybody can reach and feel. You know what I'm saying? When they're standing up there and they can feel the vibe that you push and the vibrations. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's got to be dope. 8,500, that's rocking.
It's a good time, man.
That's rocking,
It was a
nigga.
good time. It was a good time. It's a great tour. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa, man.
Yeah.
Gang.
Hey, I know he be having
Yeah,
it going
man.
crazy.
That guy is a rock star, man.
Yeah. Taylor
Kid,
Gang, he be having it going crazy.
man, that guy, that's an ill fella right there, man.
How'd you meet him?
Pittsburgh Slim. I knew Wiz I knew Wiz forever, for a long time. And you know we came up in this shit together, and that's one person I know I can always look to, and he'll always be there for me. You know
I'm
what I mean?
gonna get him
That's-
up in here, man.
He's always. This is not pretentiously speaking. This is from experience, from living it, and from him actually coming through and supporting. And it goes both ways. That's my brother right there. Love that guy to death. Good guy, good fella.
10 years. You know,
Over 10.
Over 10.
Over 10.
Met him back east.
Well over 10. Well over 10.
That's live, man. We're gonna get him. I'm gonna get him up in here soon. I'm gonna hunt him down.
Yeah, he out
get
here
him,
pretty,
and
you
get
know
him,
what I mean?
yeah.
He a real one, I'm pretty
and
sure.
get him up here, man. Tell him, hey, man, lace your Chuck Taylors up on your Vans, man. Throw your backwards hat on, man, and a bandana around your neck, and bring your ass on up here and come smoke some weed with me, man.
I'm pretty sure
and
he'll come
sit
to the
down,
Sharp
man,
Tank.
in the Sharp Tank. No jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world, you did.
With the really fucking coolest. Kush God, bitch. Really. Yeah.
I appreciate you for coming, man, and just coming and chopping it up with
Love
me.
one.
And like I said, when I touch down through there, man, hey, it's going
I'm
up.
gonna have this. We gonna have a good
going up.
breakfast, lunch, whatever it is. We gonna have a good adult beverage to go with.
And then we gonna
Fresh out
sit
the
down,
gold bottle on
and
shit.
we gonna pod like a motherfucker, man.
I'm with it.
I
Let's
can't
do
wait
it.
to come touch the bricks with you, baby.
My brother.
Hey, Smoke DZA, I appreciate you,
Love
man.
one.
It's nothing but love. We out of here.
Already.
The Sharp Tank.
Boom.
No jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. Hey, Donnie, you know what time it is. Shoot us out the motherfucking gym.